What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm sorry that the audio and the recording is probably not going to be the best, but it will work for now until I get back on the PC. This is just a not mobile. This is my laptop. Um, so this is going to be my first, semi-scripted video, and it's a remake of my 4 tips to help you win your Call of War game. So if we come enter it here. And guys, don't forget while this is loading that if we hit 100 subs by the end of March, I'll be doing a big giveaway. I'll be doing a smaller giveaway at 75. But I'll be doing a giveaway no matter what, it's just the amount I give away. That was loud for me. I'm sure that was loud for you. Alright. So I went through and looked at everything that I had in my comment section on my 4 tips and my research tips, and I made them all and combined them. I'm going to give a shout out for every single person that commented. And comment down below. I'll make another video if I get some things wrong. I know I will. These are just my opinions on everything, and I'll be taking some of the ones I thought were really good and turning them into this and giving them shout outs. So this is off my research video. BQ Games Blitz said that I was underestimating the armor car. I was. The armor car is very useful. I didn't emphasize that in the last video, like over a year ago. And it's really good for especially discovering commandos or any type of hidden or high stealth unit. And he pointed it out to me. Thank you to him. And it is really useful to have some armor cars supporting because, as he stated, they are very good against infantry, and they're decent against unarmored, like lightly armored, like another armor car, especially the higher levels you want to start keeping around. So the Peeping Reaper, sorry if I butcher these names, he put in there jokingly to spam my anti-tank guns. I'm going to take that joke and tell you why you don't want to do that. And the good game actually put in there too that meet motorized infantry. I got a crack out of that one. It was very funny because if you come into research, actually motorized infantry counters anti-tank guns. I know it's contradictory, and also just infantry will counter anti-tank guns. Anti-tank guns are good if they're supported, but against other like even long-range ordnances like artillery could counter them extremely easily, and they'll have no effect. Then Sir Wayne, he pointed out a really good thing that my strategies may have worked for a much larger map, like your 100-player maps. It was I would focus on like saying Navy is really important to be able to expand. He pointed out that on smaller maps, Navy's not the best thing to have. He agreed with me that air was really good and decently important, but not the most important. But land units is where it's at. In your 10 to 50 player even, you're going to have a lot more land than you are sea. And props to him for telling me that and reminding me about that not everyone likes those bigger games. I love them. I will only play the bigger games if I can. But those smaller games don't require the navy that the larger ones do to take command. And he put no spamming, like the tank spam might be good early game, but not so much later. I've changed my strategy. I am now a very big believer in bombarding, like with artillery and bombers, and that the long range bombardments are the way to support any infantry advance or tank advance. I'm still a stickler that tanks are one of your most important motorized units. They, with support of infantry, they will do very good. and the higher the level, the better. And the infantry is to take out that anti-tank gun. Those anti-tank guns will destroy your tanks. And props to him for pointing that out. I have yet to meet someone that spams anti-tank guns, but I haven't played in this in about in probably like 6 months. But it's very good to have some tanks and not just completely leave them out of the equation, but make sure you have artillery and can bombard a city before you attack. Or just even bombard it for probably about a few hours while your infantry moves up. And make sure you're planned on if they counter attack. This is something I left out. Always have a backup plan if crap hits the fan. So if, say, your front lines fall, you always have something to fall back on. Then Fatal Siege said about asked about how to use commandos. Commandos, and someone I saw someone reply to him. I didn't write down in person. I'm sorry. Said about that commandos are very good to attack. I completely agree. They're good to drop in behind enemy lines and take a real quick key point out. Like here, I'll use an example here. Say I have commandos. I would want to drop commandos in. I'm gonna say like here to take out their steel, and it cuts off, and it's a very long move either way. I'm gonna drop a couple of divisions in there to take out, but you want to keep them moving. You don't want to keep them sitting. So say I drop 4 in here, which is really expensive, but just saying, 4 here, 2 here, 2 here, and I'll have a massive push of infantry, tanks, and motorized units coming in through either side, either province, to attack and close the gaps. And I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet. I'm trying to fix up my strategies, and like I said, artillery are the way to go, not the tank spam anymore. And some people are going to argue with that, but I have seen multiple times where artillery will take out your units, especially if you come into research, go to your secret, and you have these rocket artillery units and railroad guns, especially flying bombs as well, and rockets and everything. But of course, those are there. And bombers. If you have a really solid attack of that and bombardment, then you are going to be almost have 100% guaranteed win on that province. But like I said, make sure you are prepared for a counterattack. I have lost several games because I have not been prepared for a counterattack. I'm like, oh, I have so many troops, I'll take you over. They sent back a really good push, and props to them. They mounted a really good counteroffensive, and they wiped me out with no problem whatsoever. Just by saying I pushed into these provinces, one fell, the flanks were open. I left nothing back here for defense.